I am Hunter, and I just saw a Minecraft movie. And what do I gotta say? It was fucking peak. It was fucking peak. It was the best goddamn movie of all time. You don't understand. You simply do not get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. Let me tell you a tale. It's like 9 right now, like probably 9:30. I don't know. I just got back. So, let me tell you the whole story of my experience watching a Minecraft movie. But before that, so me and my friends, we met up at basically like a plaza kind of thing. We went to McDonald's first in order to try some of the the promotional stuff, but we didn't because they didn't order anything and only I ordered something, and then they ditched me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was taking a while because there was a lot of people there. So yeah, I just got my food. It wasn't anything because I wasn't anticipating that. I was the only one to order, so unfortunately, no nether sauce for me. So then I walk all the way to the theater where they're waiting for me. Then we slip into the into the theater, and the movie begins. And god damn it, it was so, every sequence was so terrible, but like in the perfect way. Half of the lines in the movie were so goddamn stupid. It was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah, one of my friends who was sitting next to me, we were like constantly joking the whole time. And like he was recording a bunch of it and stuff, and yeah. I guess let's just go through everything. So, the spoilers for the whole movie, by the way. Spoilers. So, yeah, if you're gonna see it, click off the video right now. I'm spoiling the a lot of it. So, it starts with, expedition dump, of course. It starts with exposition dump, my bad. I am Steve. I yearned for the mines, of course. And the funniest part to me was that I thought the whole thing was in Minecraft, but no, it was actually in the real world, and Steve comes from the real world, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know. And so when I saw that, and so when it cut to like Steve being in the real world, being a fucking doorknob maker or whatever the hell, yeah, I was like, oh. Oh yeah, me and my friends, we're all just creaming over all the references. Flint and steel and all that shit at the very beginning, of course. And when the part with Steve ends and then it shows Gargar, the best character, by the way, like the first scene of him driving, the song that they put on sounded so much like Holy Steel. The fan-made JoJo Steel Ball Run opening. It sounded so much like it. It did the at the beginning, and then I jokingly sung Steel Ball Run, and then my friend was like, I know, the song sounds exactly like that. It was so funny. And yeah, again, Gargar was the best character, of course. And I gotta say that it's so, the parts at the beginning, establishing all the characters and how life sucks. For what they wanted, it works, but it's so unrealistic. Like within 5 minutes of this movie, this kid character, Henry, he's like at school, it's his first day, and the bullies are like, wow, look at this nerd who thinks he's a rocket scientist. And he's like, you know what, bet. And then he builds one, and then he, for some reason, they all leave class, or in the next shot, it's just a compilation of him building a fucking rocket, a jetpack, I mean, and placing it on a dummy. And then it actually works. And then it crashes into, the potato chip factory mascot. Which his sister works at, and they're also a main character. And everyone laughs at him for the fact that, it destroyed something. But, like, the fact that it worked in the first place, isn't that, like, fucking crazy right off the bat? But of course, we need this world to be unrealistic as possible in order for this to work. And then somehow, for whatever reason, apparently now Henry, he's apparently in trouble from the school because of, the incident. Which, they somehow found out it was, I guess the bullies told them or something, or maybe they saw or whatever. But isn't it like, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let me take these socks off, actually. Hold on. And then, he goes to Gargar, who he called to pretend to be his uncle. And they find the... Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this, but, during the exposition dump, it's revealed that in the Nether, there's that, like, there's that evil hag, there's that evil hag, Piglin, that, wants, like, that magical cube. I already forgot what it's named. It's, like, the, oh, yeah, the orb of some... The orb, whatever. And, Steve is able to take it from the staff, but then... whatever. And it's like, she wants it in order to rule over the overworld, but, and when Steve first came to the Nether, they took him as prisoner and, took the orb that he found in order to get to the world in the first place. And, but then he's able to steal it from them back, and then he sends his dog, Dennis, to, to the real world to hide it and make sure that no one gets it. But Gargar found the thing. He found the orb and the slot that it goes in. It's called, like, the Earth something. The names are stupid. It's the Earth slot, whatever. And so Henry, he gets a hold of it, and then there's also a note that Steve wrote somehow, even though, like, how would he get paper and a marker in the Nether? Well, maybe he brought it with him. I don't know. Anyway, they go into the Minecraft world, and every scene, like I said, just plays out so fucking like terrible, but somehow ironically the best thing ever. Every scene was the worst and the best. Every line. And I gotta say, the bro on bro action, the man to man, the nuts to butts action, bro, between Gargar and Steve was crazy. Especially during the Elytra part. I was thinking the whole time, the Magnet episode of Stardust Crusaders. It's JoJo again. I'm sorry. But yeah, and then, like, they go to literally... I already made it. No. And yeah, they go to Steve Land, and then it's, the movie is just a bunch of, wow, this is how this works? This isn't realistic. This world is so weird. Over and over again, and, like... It's what you expect from a movie like this, and that's fine, whatever, but, like... We get it. We fucking get it. Anyway... More peak time. So, the piglins start invading the overworld, and they gotta run. Because in the beginning, when they first got there, they broke that Earth thing, the Earth slot, and so they need to find another one via Woodland Mansion. And, And along the way, various conflicts, very stupid one-off conflicts happen between the main characters. Like, what I mean is that, like, when... I already forgot... What is it? I forgot the sister's name. I don't know. I don't feel like remembering it. It starts with, like, a Y or something. I don't know. But, yeah, there's, like, one line where it's like... or well, she says something, and then Henry says, well, then maybe this world is just right for me. And it's, oh yeah, she says like, well, in the real world, creativity isn't seen like that. It's gonna just get you bullied and shit. And also the deal with Gar and Steve, where he's like, listen, show me the diamonds, bro. Although I gotta admit, the creeper farm bit was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. And then yeah. Let's see some more highlights. Chicken Jockey, of course, being peak, bro. I should take this off. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the part with the Enderman was actually kind of cool. Like, I won't lie, the fight with it was actually kind of cool, and it like captured the actual, like, kind of a little bit. It not fully, but it at least tried to capture, like, the Enderman, like just the idea of it, being a literal like parody of Slender Man. But I'm not gonna lie, what happens right before it. So they establish that don't look into its eyes; it will make your mind, it will fry your brain. And so Henry is in like the 3rd floor of the Woodland Mansion, and he's like searching all around for chests because it's just a whole like storage unit essentially. And then he finds the earth slot. And then the Enderman appears. And again, the fight scene was actually really cool. But before that, he makes the mistake of looking into his eyes. And then, like, the Enderman shows him visions of all the characters being like, man, you suck. You're not cool. This is all your fault. Blah, blah, blah. And it was just kind of stupid because, like, it's not, like, set up through the... It's not really, like, a thing where Henry's, like, self-conscious and thinks that, like... I mean, it kind of is, but only arguably with like his sister and maybe Gar, but nothing that Steve ever said kind of would make him think this world just isn't right for you. I don't know, the sequence is dumb, but the fight was good. Oh yeah, and I gotta say, immediately after that, when Henry returns to Steve and Gar, as he's literally holding the fucking earth slot, Steve is like, oh, did you find the earth slot? Yes, I did. So dumb. So fucking retarded. Yeah, that's a lot of the movie where Steve just says one-liners about what's happening or something that is happening. And it's so dumb, but it's so funny. Okay, yeah, and then after that, after they get the earth slot, then the old hag, I don't remember how to pronounce her name, she arrives, and basically, like, she arrives in the overworld, and our heroes have to face her off, and she is able to take the orb, and Henry and Steve get away on a gas, but Gar is left behind. But I knew he didn't actually die. I knew it was so obvious he was not going to die. And then, since she has the orb, she puts it like above the giant portal, which begins the, what is it, like the Great Darkness or something. And then Steve's like, we need a plan. And so yeah, and then, they're gonna try and defend the overworld. Oh, yeah, one thing. When Steve fights the old hag, he comes at him with full diamond armor, and then she immediately just breaks it all. She immediately just does one slash, Steve's on the ground, and instantly the chest plate and leggings break. Which really goes to show how, if you really think about it logically, diamond armor or tools would not be practical at all. Because diamond, yeah, sure, it's the hardest thing, but the thing is, it's not tough. It would shatter given enough force. It doesn't have the resilience to be like tools or armor. So like, it's so stupid because it just breaks. Also, the bit at the end when like, you know, the old hag is like, "Come closer, Steve," and then she tries to like shank him twice. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also the sea plot, the sea story of the villager being in the overworld with the like with the vice principal was so stupid. But the mid credit scene when he actually talks was crazy. Like all of us were like, "What the fuck?" And also extra spoilers here. The end credit scene. Oh yeah, by the way, the ending was just top notch. Like for you know a movie like this, I expected, you know, the ending is exactly what you expect. You know, it's fine, it's whatever. But yeah, end credit scene. Steve goes back to his old home before he went into the Minecraft world. And he's like, because in his attic or something, there's that chest. And someone is already living in there. Guess motherfucking who? That's right. Alex. Minecraft Alex. I was thinking the whole time, is Alex gonna be in this movie? Before I watched it, I was thinking, you know, they haven't been shown, but like, is she? And I was right. It was at the end, obviously teasing a Minecraft movie to another Minecraft movie, whatever it's going to be called. And yeah, I gotta say, I can't fucking wait. Not only can I not wait, my pants can't wait. My jhorts can't wait. Something down there. It was just, not only were these hands standing up, something down here, the whole movie was just standing up at attention as well. Not only were there tears, there were certain other white tears. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, that's obviously not all. There was still a lot of parts that were just so stupid and funny. The whole thing was just, yeah. As a Minecraft movie, in terms of like an actual movie, like, you know, an actual movie with like consistent story, it's shit. It kind of doesn't even try. But as a Minecraft movie, like, it does some of the source material justice, I guess. In terms of bringing the world to life, it's just kind of stupid. But in like terms of like the environment itself, some of it is because it's not really up to scale, and like, you know, the kind of trying to be like those back in the day Minecraft ultra hyper realistic was it like 1048 by 1048 resolution textures with like ultra shading, you know, those kind of texture packs with basically what they use for the movie and the CGI and all that. It was kind of meh. But like looking at it ironically as this just thing to not take seriously at all, it is perfect. It's just perfect. Alright, that's it. Yeah, I give it an 11 out of 10. Simply amazing. Yeah, thanks for watching this stupid ass video. Like I said in the April Fool's video, next episode of Games Too Easy coming soon. And like I said, it's kind of a long game, and I kind of have to sell my dignity, both in terms of money and because it's kind of, I gotta buy the game, and it's a little bit, yeah, kind of related to that. You know, this movie was kind of freaky, I won't lie. The movie was kind of freaky. It got a little freaky with the, like I said, man on man, and then they literally made a joke about how, who was it? Oh, right, with his uncle, or with the sequence where Henry like calls Gargar and he pretends to be Henry's uncle. when the vice principal came out and she was like, I would let you drag me in a trash can on the side of the road. Or like, I would let you put me in like a trash bag and do whatever you want to me on the curb. Like, that was crazy. I also think that Steve said kick ass at one point. Which, like, you know, I guess it's a movie for all ages. There were, I guess, speaking of the audience, there were a lot of kids. There were not many, but there were some 9-year-olds in there, obviously. There was a lot of adults as well, I believe. But yeah, again, it's just a movie for all ages because it's simply a certified masterpiece, bro. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. See you later.